Good afternoon, guys. It's been too long. And we have some very lively kittens now. It's our little farmy kittens. You guys have grown so much. They are meowing like crazy. And they probably want a little bit. I need to let Mama in here with them. But they also often meow for us when they're not in there, when Mommy's with them, because they are getting to the age where they just want to kind of play a little bit. Hey, kitty. They want to play. They want to play. They play with each other. It's so cute. I'm seeing if Lily comes in. I yelled for her. So she should be coming, girl, guys. Is it the other one? You see? Oh, so cute. Kalina hears them. There's Lily. Hey, Lily. Your kitties might be hungry. Your kitties might be hungry. You gonna jump in there with them? Hi, Kalina. Mommy's not really caring about it too much. I should start to actually feed them a little bit of baby kitten starter, because it's not going to be long before they're ready. So this is the other one. This is the other one. This one doesn't have a little spot on him. It's got a little eye booger though. Always puts her paw on me. And it actually it can hurt some people, but she loves attention. She loves attention. Oh, Mommy, I'm gonna try to get your mommy in this box. I'm gonna put her in there for you. There. There. You stay with your babies. They're thirsty. Those babies are thirsty. This is your good mommy. Don't get in there. They're thirsty. They're thirsty. So I am now 33 weeks along, and I want to kind of sit down and talk to you guys about that and about how gluten affected me in the past and how I hope that it doesn't affect me now. But let's do some bunny chores first. Daddy brought me a bale of hay in here. I didn't really want to open it in here like this because this is a compressed alfalfa bale of hay. Mama, you left those babies. I might let them out of their box and see what they do. What will you do if I let you out of your box? What will you do? What will you do? They're like, wait a minute, the floor's falling out. The floor's flying away. Boy, what are you gonna do? Whoop. They're like, this is interesting. I don't know. The box is all I know. The box is all I know. Okay, back to talking about the hay. So really, I really like to use this hay for my rabbits. It is Standley alfalfa orchard grass. It's just always consistent. You always know what you're gonna get basically with this. I mean, it varies a little bit sometimes in quality, but this hay is pretty good all the time. And I've never seen any mold in it, ever. So that's a plus. And we're gonna go ahead and feed all of these bunnies because you see, this is where we put the hay. And a lot of them don't have hay. There's the bunnies, those little babies. So cute. So I am trying to slow down a bit and I noticed that if I work too hard for too long during the day, then I can get kind of feeling tight at night with my tummy. And it doesn't make me feel good because I remember when I had Nayeli, I was having quite a few Braxton Hicks contractions during the day, and I kept busy, just kind of not thinking that she was going to come that early. And she came 6 weeks early. So she came like it would be like next week having a baby. I'm not ready for that. So, we're gonna break the bail. Okay. And now this is gonna go everywhere I feel like, but I'm gonna try to keep it under control. I'm just gonna fill up all these spots, and I'm gonna set you down over here while I do it. Okay, this is Sarah, and I've got 3 sweet little bunnies that are actually ready to go. Story of my life. I should have been advertising these guys from the very beginning, but I just only now started advertising them. It's okay, they'll go pretty fast, but to their new homes. But they are not so great at not making a mess in there. They're still learning. But I have a few does that, oh, they're hungry. I'll give you guys some hay. Oh, I'll give you guys some hay. It does not help that I have not gotten their particular, oh, he found some kale. Actually, it's a girl. All these 3 are girls. So it does not, and this, all their ears will flop. It just takes a little bit of time sometimes. Sometimes it can take up to 6 months for them to flop, and that means sometimes they have a better head because of shorter ears. Anyhow, so I haven't gotten their hay rack thing installed. I'm also going to have gravity-fed waterers to them, and I've got some black sunflower seed. Let me get their water for them. So that's why they are making a bigger mess as well. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. Are you guys wandering? Are you wandering? Are you wandering? Hi, babies. Hi, babies. Oh, they just don't know what to think. They just don't know what to think. Go on, Mama. Her chi-chis are full. She can give them some milk. Yep, up. Owie. Owie. That can hurt. That can hurt. Now she's like, I don't know what this box is. That one's not paying attention to Mama. I could watch you guys for hours, I think. I better get on with it. Just so cute. So some of you aren't familiar with my channel. I'm Elizabeth Quam. We are homesteading for health. Our little farm name is Engedi Grove. And we had quite a health journey with Nayeli, and it got me instigated into all things health. And I garden a lot, but now it's slowing down because it's winter time, so I'm showing you all my cute little animals. So I also wanted to let you guys know about my own health story as well, and I'm going to explain that here. First, I have to go do chores outside because there's a few rabbits that I have outside as well. They're going to be inside, but the hutches are not all finished yet. I didn't do anything after my sister left this last time. Didn't have time, and my tummy was tight, so I didn't want to. Hiding out in here. You found a nice spot. Aha! I've been wondering where they're laying. We have been wanting some eggs. I don't know why I didn't think to look in there. I was looking on the ground everywhere, but quite a designated house for them. They have chicken tractors, but it's getting colder now, and I'm gonna actually probably use this barn, this little shed. We were gonna sell it, but now that it's not very movable and some other things came up, so I think we're gonna keep it for the winter. So we're gonna let them be in here for the winter, maybe the ducks. So we're gonna clean it out some and get it ready for the winter. Get the paddock ready. Oh, so many things to do. Winterizing. That one's cool. Green with speckles. A green speckly egg. Yeah, a lot of the ones that are green are speckly. In this, and from these pretty eggs. Yummy large one. Might be a double yolker. So, Nayeli, my daughter, was going through some neurological problems that I basically found out that gluten was causing these neurological effects in her. In 3 months, but we're going to talk about me for this one. And I want to make a video of her later, but I wanted to make a larger, nicer production of the video, but time might not allow that to get done because I'd really just like to push out something that you guys can see kind of how she was acting so that you get a better understanding, and then maybe someday I'll make a nicer video of it. But if I try to make a really nice video, then it's just going to take so much time to do. So so after I found out that gluten was affecting her so neurologically, I hated gluten, didn't care about it too much because my sister's a celiac, and I've lived without gluten many years of my life and just no problem at all, and I know how to do it, so it wasn't hard for me to take it out. Now, for those that have just always been accustomed to eating tons of gluten, it's just, it is mind-boggling hard for them to comprehend, like, going gluten-free. It's a new normal. When you start to do gluten-free, it's just a new normal. You learn what you can and can't have, and then, like, we have rice and potatoes, and there's lots of different gluten-free options nowadays. You can get gluten-free pizza crust, that's very good. Chivi bread. Tapioca flour is what chivi bread is often made from. That's a very good crust. So with Nayeli, while we were going through that, I pushed out every bit of gluten from my house. I had big flour sacks of organic glutinous flour in my closets, and I cleared them all out, cleared all the pastas out, all the bread, all the everything. So pushed it all out, and I was going gluten-free as well. Very rarely would I have a little bit of something like some sushi that has the crunchies on the outside. That's gotta be gluten. So maybe I had some of that, but very infrequently. And after 3 months of going gluten-free, I stopped feeling some of the symptoms I was having. So some of the symptoms I was having was feeling throw-upping in the morning. And it was getting worse. So as we were going through this with Nayeli, I was feeling worse and worse. And I was trying to figure out with my own doctors, like, what is going on with me, because I'm feeling throw-uppy in the morning. I feel like I can't breathe in all the way. One symptom I didn't talk about was sometimes I would feel that way, and if I got up from doing something, I would get dizzy. And that can be adrenal fatigue, which gluten can cause. And I wasn't able to get pregnant for 1.5 years. Well, they were trying to refer me to the OBGYN for that. They were trying to refer me, to all those places. They're not helping. We're doing scans, we're doing x-rays. And finally, and I had some anxiety and everything that was going on with Nayeli. The doctor was like, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. Everything is checking out normal. She's like, you are dealing with a lot of anxiety, which is true. And she's like, you refer me to a counselor, which I think is great. I could use a counselor. I can benefit from counseling. But I was just like feeling this, like, why am I anxious? Like, I was very easygoing before, very easygoing person. But then, floods of anxiety the feelings of anxiety would come to me just much more easily, more intense than just your normal, just kind of, fretting about money or other issues in life. So I also had and have had, probably since a teenager, just a little bit bloodier gums than I had thought was. I just thought I just needed to floss more, use Listerine, all those topical things. Well, really what more and more dentists are finding out is that a lot of those issues, even a lot of the dental issues, have to do with what we're consuming that's going down our throats into our belly than only what we're consuming and staying there. It's not just sugar on your teeth that are making your gut things bad. The microbiome of your mouth is important, in what we eat helps the nutrients in our body make it hospitable for a good microbiome in your mouth. So oftentimes a lot of inflammation issues might be first noticeable in the mouth. So I had always bloodier gums than normal, that I thought was normal, or maybe it is kind of normal because there's lots of inflammation running around. And I was feeling throw-uppy, bloody gums, creaky knees. So I knew from a personal trainer one time that most people just need to develop their muscles better. And with developing their muscles, their creaky knees go away. And I had known that. I didn't have creaky knees before until after I gave birth to Darian. Something interesting, I'll pause. I'm not being a very good storyteller here because I'm going everywhere. With Darian's pregnancy, I was gluten-free. I was gluten-free because I had a little bit of stomach gurgles, and I didn't want to continue damaging myself if I was damaging myself. So I stopped eating gluten for that pregnancy, and after I gave birth to Darian, I started eating gluten again, because you have to be on gluten to get an endoscopy to be able to see if it's damaging your small intestine, to get a celiac diagnosis. But we're finding more and more that actually more people are sensitive to gluten. Probably more people have sensitivities to gluten than just the digestion and the bowel symptoms. Those gurgly tummy didn't come back. That symptom didn't come back to me. But what did come is the throw up in the morning. I thought it was due because I was breastfeeding. I was like, okay, I'm low in blood sugar because it was always happening in the morning. And I was like, okay, I'm low in blood sugar. I need to go ahead and drink some, eat something, drink something, get myself going. But when I stopped breastfeeding Nayeli, and I was like, okay, these symptoms are getting a lot worse and worse and worse. So I was like, this is not good. And the creaky knees happen to be a symptom of glutathione deficiency. So glutathione is something that your body makes. Every cell in your body can make glutathione. It's very important to me that everyone knows this. Sulfur-rich vegetables can help. Exercise can help. Epsom salt baths can help. Good nutrition all around. Just lots of greens, lots of bone broth, meat. All of those things can help you produce more glutathione in your body. Garlic, onions, all of those things are sulfur-rich. And mushrooms. Yes, mushrooms. Gotta love those fungi. My knees were creaking, and I never put all of these things together. And we were already on this journey of doing the homesteading stuff. We're already on this journey. And I already knew that organic was better for us because our world is full of toxins, and it's helpful like to be less toxic. And I knew that Roundup was sprayed 3 days before harvest on wheat, which can mess up your gut microbiome, which when you mess up your gut microbiome, it can literally mess with every part of your body. But if you're not taking out the right foods that are creating and wreaking havoc on your gut, then you're not going to get results with like a probiotic. So if you're going to take a probiotic but not take out like something like gluten, which is literally like that, we have bred gluten to be so glutinous that even the organic gluten is bad for us. Most of us, I mean, some people don't know what symptoms they could actually cure given that they took gluten out. I'd say the least symptomatic would be my husband, and he had probably pimples on his butt since he was in high school going through puberty. Well, he probably had 10, 15 pimples on his butt every day since puberty, and while going gluten-free, those disappeared. And he also sometimes would get, you know, those canker, the cold sores on his mouth, and he would get them every couple months. He'd get one, and in this last year, he's gotten one, and he thinks he's getting one right now. So like 2 in 1 year, major difference. And I believe that that is from cutting out gluten. Of course, we've done a lot of other things too to improve our health, like making smoothies and just eating grass-fed beef and some of our own produce. The pigs, they're getting vitamin D. I encourage, you know, my kids and me and my husband to get plenty of vitamin D because vitamin D is so important for our immune system. Oh, I could go on and on, but I want to keep on this topic of pregnancy. Infertility has been linked to gluten. Infertility as a whole is on the rise, and no one knows why. But no conventional doctor usually suggests someone going gluten-free. And they have to kind of find that out on their own. Or they run into an alternative doctor, like a functional medicine doctor, who would say, hey, let's try taking gluten out. Let's try doing some blood work. Let's see, you know, P tests of, let's see what's going on in your body. So some people will come back very sensitive to gluten, and other people might not. But it is one of those things that every functional medicine doctor would encourage you to take out of your diet. That and dairy as well, but we aren't sensitive to dairy that I know of. And from recent testings that I'll talk to you about later would indicate that we don't have a dairy issue. Plus, we are buying the non-homogenized dairy or drinking our own dairy that we are producing on our farm. So, but gluten can cause infertility. It can cause miscarriages, which I had a miscarriage a while back in May, and I had not been able to get pregnant for 1.5 years. And Nayeli came 6 weeks early. Sean came 3 weeks early. So my first son came 9 days early, and I was not eating gluten with him. Second son came 3 weeks early. I was eating gluten, and I was feeling throw up in the morning. Things were getting worse. More symptoms were happening. Took a little while to get pregnant with Nayeli. Got pregnant with Nayeli. And then she came 6 weeks early. And then couldn't get pregnant because we were still, you know, it wasn't long after Nayeli was born that we started trying again. and we just couldn't get pregnant, had a miscarriage, couldn't get pregnant. And then when Nayeli was going through that, I just thought, if it was a genetic demyelinating disorder, which the conventional medicine doctors said, and they said that there was nothing I could do about it, no diet change that I could do, nothing. And I decided to take out gluten, and she healed. That was a major thing for me. I was just thinking that there was no way that I was ever going to be able to have a baby again, because as I was watching her debilitate in abilities mentally, I was just thinking, I can't take the chance, because genetically it would be like 75% chance that they didn't have leukodystrophy, but 25% chance that they did. And I was just like, I can't do that. It was torture to me. Also, we were thinking, my 2 sons that are older, even though they weren't showing genetic signs yet, they could have started showing some signs of leukodystrophy, because there are many people that I've read that have had all their children have leukodystrophy, which is horrific. It's just a genetic demyelination of the brain. It basically is the brain and the fat around the nerve cell damaging itself, and the electric pulses for all your activities and your whole body can't get put through right, and it just disturbs the whole process. So yeah, that's my long rant about gluten. I'm hoping there's still a couple health issues that I am concerned about for myself, but I think that we might have a handle on those, and that will be in another video. But I get a red line here in my eye, and then my hearing plugs up, and then this goes away, and then like about 2 or 3 times a day it cycles. Red line kind of goes away, hearing plugs up, red line, hearing plugs up. Very strange and constant congestion. I'm congested, doubly congested right now, because of a cold that I'm getting over. Not coronavirus, we checked. I already had coronavirus, but you can get it again, I guess, and but I didn't, and it's fine. And it's not coronavirus, but I'll have more on that later. The maybe problem solving through this issue, because my doctor was not able to help me. He actually just addressed something different, and then we were just like, okay. And then we just didn't do anything. I'm like, even though we were talking about maybe it being an allergy, but we just didn't do it. So, but I got some information when we took Nayeli to a functional medicine doctor, which I'm going to talk to you about later. And that was really good, informative information, and I'm really excited to share that with you. But right now it's getting kind of long, so I will let you go. But I'm wondering if my baby, I'm at 33 weeks right now, I'm hoping to see that my baby comes on time. A week early is fine, even 9 days, 10 days early is fine. At 38 weeks is fine. That's all fine. But I would really like to see it come 38 weeks or more, just kind of on a regular, normal kind of schedule, not too early at all. So that's what we're aiming for and praying for. So in Jesus' name, let it be. Those symptoms were major symptoms, and when your body is not hospitable for a baby, it can throw it all out of whack, and it can make it go. It can be in an inflammous state, which can provoke early and premature births. So I find it strange that humans have such a larger percentage of us have infertility issues. And I find it strange that also we have 1 in 3 pregnancies, 1 in 4 pregnancies are miscarriages. That rate is not the same for animals. And it could be because we cull the animals that don't, but, and then there's some that just plain old cannot get pregnant, and doctors just don't know why. But interestingly, the Live Well Clinic in Des Moines here in Iowa, they have had great success in getting people pregnant that doctors were just like, you might as well get a hysterectomy or something like that, because you're really not, there's too much pain because of something going wrong with the uterus, or something else that they just like, you're just never going to have a baby. So there are alternative methods, and I'm hoping that more conventional medicine doctors, if they don't have the answers and they don't have the testing ability or the knowledge, that they point people in the right direction to a alternative medicine doctor, functional medicine doctor, at least. At least they could do that, because they have had great success. Whereas other doctors, conventional doctors, have not. So, thanks for listening, guys. This is Elizabeth Kwam with Homesteading for Health. We are now extremely serious about homesteading for health, and that's the way it's going to be.